Hey guys, John Faulkner here, and today I'm joined by Chris Jensen from Exotac, and we're going to be talking about fire.
Yes.
I mean, that's what you guys do, so we figured that's what we would talk about.
Yeah,
so,
we mainly do fire, and we do a couple other things, but majority of what we do right now is fire.
So what we thought we would do in this video is talk about EDC carry that we carry on ourselves every day with regards to fire starters, because I think it's a section that's missed a lot in EDC. We talk a lot about flashlights and firearms and knives and multi-tools.
Yeah.
But fire is something that can easily be incorporated into an EDC kit without taking up a lot of space.
Yeah, well, a lot of people, they'll sit there and they focus on everything but what can save them in a wilderness environment. Like, okay, they have a firearm that's good for self-defense. They have medical gear that's, good for trauma or anything like that. Knives, flashlights, everything like that for EDC, but then they forget, you can also find yourself in a wilderness setting.
Right.
Or even in an urban environment where you might get stuck outside for a little bit of time. Hey, you might need to make a fire. So having ways to start a fire or ways for survive in a wilderness setting is always good to have on you at all times.
Yes, and so we're going to talk about a couple Exotac options that I carry. Some of you guys have seen it if you follow us on Instagram, but I carry it inside the, I don't even know what you call this pocket.
Fifth pocket, change pocket.
The small pocket inside your pocket that nobody ever uses.
For condoms in high school.
It makes a fantastic place to carry an Exotac Nano Spark. I love this thing. I've carried it for years. As you can see, it's pretty beat, but it works every time and has a quick tender built into it. So super easy. It's out of the way. I never realized it's there. It's not dangling around in my pocket. It just goes into that small pocket. I carry a Leatherman squirt in there also. So I try to maximize my pocket space here. But I carry the Nano Spark. I love this thing. Tell us just a touch about it.
Okay, so if you ever used a old school spark lights that the military used, it's pretty much just a modern version of it. So we took that design, we made it CNC aluminum. It has,
and everything's made in the USA.
Everything's made in the United States. Has an O-ring seal on it, so it makes it waterproof. One-hand sparking device. You can use it left-handed, right-handed.
Yep.
Has a little lanyard attachment on there, so if you want to put it on your keychain, you can. If you want to, put it on a necklace or something like that, you can. Whatever works for you. Then, as you open it, we have a place to store one quick light tab. And it's pretty much a Tinder quick tab. Everybody knows what this is. If you've done any type of fire starting, you most likely know what these are. Also at the bottom, if you wanted to, you could fit about 5 spare flints in there.
Yeah.
Because the way we set this up is you don't need any tools to change out the flints or anything.
Okay.
So this little brass piece right here, you just unscrew that.
And there's just a spring.
There's a spring, and then the flint's right inside there. Just pop it out, put a new one in there, put the spring back in, and then screw everything back together.
And the flints last a long time, by the way.
Yeah, the flints are about 500 strikes, give or take. And then if you toss 5 more in there, you're pretty golden.
You got a ton. So I mean, that's what I carry every single day. It's always on me. It's nice to always have a way to start a fire. So what do you like to go with?
So I go with a couple of different options because I like to have multiple options to start a fire on me at all times. So in my left pocket, I have one of our Titan lights, and this is our waterproof refillable lighter. O-ring seal at the top, O-ring seal at the bottom.
Regular Zippo fuel.
It takes regular Zippo fuel, regular Zippo flints, and once again, we make it where it's easy to switch out the flints and the fuel and refill it with fuel if you need to. Biggest problem people have with this is they fill it too much. They fill it up too much.
So when they see it leak, it's because they filled too much?
Yeah, so because you have O-ring seal on this, especially on the bottom, if you put too much fuel in that, once you put that cap on, pressure's going to push all that fuel up, and then it's going to start coming outside the wick.
It'll pull out the
top.
It'll
pull, and because there's O-ring seal on here, it'll just pull inside the cap. You open up, you light it, and then your hand's on fire.
But it's easily solved by just putting the proper amount.
Yeah, proper amount in there is about 2 milliliters. Okay. So easiest way to fill these things up, take off both caps. Fill this bottom cap once is 1 milliliter. So fill it twice, pour it in there, cap it back off, and then just set it up, walk away for a couple minutes. You're going to start seeing the fuel rise into the wick, and then you're good to go from there.
And this is an awesome way to carry fire with you. You know, this is a Spark, which you know, I carry this because it's so small. And I know people are going to say like, oh, mini Bic lighter, and you know, the fuel can run out of them. You can zip tie them. I know you can zip tie it. I just don't carry a lighter. I just don't. I don't smoke. I don't carry anything. And I made this fit into my system. My Leatherman squirt and a mini Bic lighter wouldn't fit into that pocket. Yeah. So I made the tool fit my carry, because when you don't, you just don't carry it.
Yeah,
you know, people start with like,
it's one of those things. If it's too cumbersome to carry, you don't carry it.
Yeah. So that's why I went with that. I know you can carry a Bic lighter, and they're fantastic. The Titan lighter is like the manly, like, awesome.
That it's gonna last you forever. It's never gonna break.
You're never gonna have to worry about it cracking.
Yeah, it's limited lifetime warranty on it, so it's good to go. I've had one filled on my desk for almost a year now, and it's still good. It's still running strong.
Yeah.
And if you start to see it running out of fuel, just put one cap in there, and you're good to go again.
So that's the Titan.
That's one item I carry. The other item I carry, I keep on my keychain, which is our Nano Striker XL. This one is actually in titanium. We make them in aluminum, titanium, copper. Okay. The aluminum ones, of course, you can get them in orange, our orange, normal colors.
Green, black.
And that's a self-contained ferro rod and striker assembly. So I got my ferro rod here, I got my striker here. I can attach the cap onto this to make a bigger handle. And then I have this that I can strike my ferro rod with. But along with that, I also keep one of our Tinder zips on there as well. That way, now I have a ferro rod and a piece of tinder in my pocket at all times, and it doesn't take up that much room.
And what the Tinder zip is pretty much just like a lanyard pull that you'd see like on your jacket, backpacks, things like that. But it has
it's just a standard zipper pull, and we use 550 fire cord on the inside of it, and you can put on your jacket, your backpack, anything like that. And right now it's winter, starting to become it's raining outside right now. So if you have a jacket on and you have a couple of these on every zipper pull, then you're good to go. You always have a piece of tinder on you. It's one of those things that you set it and forget it. Yeah. You have it on you, and it's always on you until you need to use it.
And that's part of being able to integrate your gear into your carry-in options that you kind of do forget about it, Yeah. And that's kind of like what I was talking about with the Nano Strike, and that's why it goes in that small pocket, because I kind of just forget about it.
Yeah, and I would honestly suggest taking one of our Tinder zips and run it through the lanyard. That's how I usually run my Nano Sparks. Now I have the sparking device, I have some spare flints, I have a quick light in there, and then also I have a Tinder zip. So it just makes it more usable.
And more redundancy also.
Exactly.
Just to make sure
that's the biggest thing. Redundancy is key.
So anything else you carry?
Oh, I mean, I do this for a living.
With regards to fire.
Yeah, I do this for a living, so I carry a couple things. In my wallet, I got one of the Wazoo Survival burnable business cards in there. It's in there somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So I got one of the Wazoo Survival burnable business cards, and it has a Fresnel lens in that. Yep. So I keep that in there. And then also, I keep some fire starting strips. So these are the Sure strips from Go Prepare Survival, and these are the Fat Roll strips from Production Hangar 51.
And those both work really well.
Yeah, they both work great. I just keep
and once again, Chris is kind of showing how he took the space that he had and made something fit. Not a piece of fat wood's not going to fit in your wallet.
No, of course not.
So finding products that that fit inside what you're already wanting to carry is key, I think. Carrying it.
So now this doesn't take up much room, and I have a lighter on me, I have a ferro rod on me, and I have multiple forms of tinder on me at all times, and altogether it weighs 5-6 ounces total, right. And I can start multiple fires with that. So that's the biggest thing, is I have enough redundancies on my person at all times to survive or to light a fire in a horrible situation.
Right. So guys, we just wanted to show you a couple options that we carry, from Exotac. Fantastic business. Make sure you check them out at
Exotac.com.
Exotac.com. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you guys got any other questions with regards to EDC fire carry, feel free to leave them below. And until next time, be safe.